Hello, my name is Israel Calderon, and today I'm going to go over the user maintenance for the Tissue-Tek Autowrite printer, both the cassette and slide printers. In today's video, we will discuss operating maintenance for daily, weekly, and 3 months cleaning. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the daily user maintenance for the Autowrite printer. You want to clean the exterior of the instrument with a cloth or towel. You can also use a dry brush, but the towel is going to work much better. Just remember not to spray anything directly onto the instrument, just spray it on the towel. Then you can go ahead and clean the printer. We're going to go ahead and also clean the chute delivery area. In order to do that, we have to remove all the magazines. Okay, so now we've removed the magazines, and just for reference, on the slide printer that we also have, there's 3 magazines, 3 slots, and the chute. So instead of the 6, you only have 3. But other than that, the slide printer has the same footprint besides the 3 slots. So to clean the inside of the chute delivery area, you want to make sure you clean the ejector areas. There's 6 of them. Just make sure that there's no tape, little papers, debris that usually accumulates, little pieces of broken cassette that always accumulates in that area. As an example, we have there some little pieces of cassette, which is normal, but you want to make sure you clean those out all the time, because you want to make sure that the cassettes eject properly, and also the chute itself, you want to make sure that's clean. So make sure you either wipe it all up or all down, but make sure you do the entire chute. Okay, so now for the weekly user maintenance part of the Autowrite printer. This goes for cassette and slide. We're going to go ahead and clean the print head and location plate, or seal device, they also call it. And in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and open up the main top cover to get access to the print head location. Okay, so we've now opened up the top cover of the printer, and as you can see, this is the print head itself, and then down below is the actual printing area that it goes across on the cassettes and the slides. And then the red piece is known as the location plate or seal device. So in order to get high quality prints, you need to make sure that the print head is clean from time to time. In this case, you want to do it weekly, but if you have a high output of cassettes or slides, you might have to do it even sooner if you start to see lines missing or just poor quality of printing. So in order to clean the print head, we have to get access to the bottom portion of it. And to do that, we're going to press and hold the clean and loaded buttons. We're going to press and hold them for a few seconds. And within a few seconds, the print head will lift up, and we will have access to the bottom portion of the print head and also to the location plate. So I'm going to press and hold. Release. Now your print head is in the up position. So from here, what we want to do is get 95 or 100% alcohol. You want to use a foam swab. These come with the ink cartridge. Every time you get an ink cartridge, you're going to get a pack of foam swabs and the location plate. So now you can go ahead and start cleaning the actual print head, just to take off any debris that might be under there or stuck. And then you can see, you're going to see ink because it's the writing part of it, but just give it a little bit of cleaning there. Also, once you completed that, you can get another foam swab, and then the lever at the bottom releases the location plate. It's just an up and down lever, and now you have access to the location plate. Same thing, what you want to do is just clean it. So you have the actual suction cup portion of it, and you just want to make sure that that part is also clean and it doesn't have any debris. You can also take off any excess ink that builds up on there. So make sure that's clean, because that actually, the print head actually presses onto this suction part area and it creates the vacuum, but it also has to be clean, free of debris, in order to get a good print and a good vacuum. So once that has been completed, you can go ahead and insert the location plate back and then just push down on the lever. You can see it locks. You can try pulling it and it's secure. Now, because you only get a couple minutes, now you have a 30-second countdown. So in 30 seconds, if after the countdown's completed, it'll automatically lower the print head back to its standby position. If I was to finish sooner, I could press any key on the keypad, and that will also lower the print head back into its normal standby position. So there, I let the time run out. So it's back into its standby position there. Okay, so in the instance where we get a code 13 on the keypad, what that indicates is that the curing lamp, which cures the cassettes after each print, it means that the curing lamp has pretty much gone through its whole lifespan and it needs to be replaced. So at that point, that would be quite possibly the only time you would want to turn off the printers. At no other time should you turn off the printers, even if they're giving you errors. You just want to leave it on so the ink can circulate. If the printers are left on for an extended amount of days, the ink system will start to dry out, the print head will dry out, and then a lot of parts will need to be replaced on a repair. So just remember, for any printer, just leave it on unless you're going to replace the curing lamp. Or if you're going to move, obviously, the whole printer to a different location, different part of the lab, then you can turn it off. But at that point, you would have to remove the ink cartridge as well so it doesn't leak. But for any other instance, keep the printer on. But since we're going to replace the curing lamp, we're going to go ahead and turn off the printer completely. And to do that, you turn off the main power switch that's located in the rear of the instrument. Okay, so I just turned off the instrument, and the curing lamp is behind this reflective shield. So in order to get to the curing lamp, we're going to go ahead and unscrew this screw here. Okay, so now you see the curing lamp there, and there's also a shielding glass behind the curing lamp. So first I'm going to go through the curing lamp. So in order to replace it, you want to wear gloves at all times. If you don't wear the gloves, the natural oils and whatever's on your fingers will get on the curing lamp, and it'll decrease the lifespan of the lamp itself. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the curing lamp. You're just going to pull out straight. Sometimes if it gets stuck, you could slightly wiggle it and it'll come out. Don't force it. So just to show you, on the curing lamp, you have this, the two plus symbols, positive. You have to reference that because on the printer itself, on this piece here, this assembly, you will have to match the positive to positive. Otherwise, you won't get any flashing because you put the curing lamp in correctly. So make sure you match the two positives in order to get the printer start flashing. Now, this shielding glass here, this one, you just slide it out. What you want to do from time to time is just make sure this is clean, not dusty. Sometimes this shielding glass can become dislodged a little bit and it's no longer sitting flush into its position. So you want to make sure that when you open this area that this one's always all the way down. So you're just going to slide it within the guides here, the two white guides, and just make sure it slides all the way down. When you have your new curing lamp, as I said before, match positive to positive. And then slowly push it in. And the main thing also you want to make sure is that this piece here makes contact with the curing lamp. Once you've installed the curing lamp, you can go ahead and close the cover and make sure you screw it back on. Make sure that's always closed, and then also make sure the main front cover is closed as well. Okay, now for the ink cartridge. So the ink cartridge gets replaced after 3 months or 60,000 prints, whichever comes first. It's very important that you do replace the ink cartridge on time because failure to do so will result in poor printing quality. So, as with every Autowrite printer, it's common to see a lot of ink around this ink cartridge area. It's kind of normal. So it's not going to be the cleanest. You want to wear some gloves. That way you don't get ink on your fingers. So here we have the ink cartridge. And we want to, when we're going to replace it, we want to make sure we put the red cap and close it tight. We don't want any ink spilled anywhere. You want to slide the bar out and then pull the ink cartridge out. So once you pull it out, if there's a lot of wet ink here, you can clean a little bit with a towel just to soak up some of that ink. And then once you get your new cartridge out, you want to shake it a couple times and then go ahead and insert it. As you could see here, as an example, we just put a date, but you can add the date when you installed it. That way, in 3 months, you can go ahead and verify that it's time to replace the ink cartridge. So, when you insert it, keep the cap on for now, push it all the way in, come back out, in, out, and then in. That's going to ensure that the ink cartridge has been inserted all the way and it's pierced through as well. And that way the ink can be circulated properly through the ink system. So once it's in all the way, then you can remove the red cap and place it here. And then slide the bar back in place to hold the ink cartridge there in place. And we can put back the cover. Okay, now that we replaced the ink cartridge, you have a code 88, and that is what appears after you've inserted an ink cartridge. So we have two options. If it's a new ink cartridge, you're going to press the loaded key. If it's a used cartridge and you had to take it out for whatever reason and insert it back in, then you would press the error key. So in this instance, we're gonna pretend that we put in a new ink cartridge, and we're gonna go ahead and press the loaded key. And that now is gonna start to circulate the new ink from the ink cartridge through the entire ink system of the unit. So it's gonna be a few seconds. Once it finishes circulating the new ink, then it's going to go back into the standby mode. No codes or errors will appear on the keypad, and at that point it'll be ready for printing slides or cassettes. So there, the numbers disappeared. The printer is now ready for printing. Okay, so that concludes the daily, weekly, and 3 months operator maintenance for the Tissue-Tek Autowrite printer. Please reference the care of the instrument handout for further guidance. Thanks for watching.